Kia ora whānau, and welcome to another episode of Get a Job and Get Healthy with Costas Enterprises. I am your ever-loving host, Alex Costas. And today, you read that title right. Someone has stolen my designs. Now, it's not a lot of designs. It's about 4 or 5 designs, but they are of my own making. I sort of covered this a little bit last week, but let's get through all the admin stuff first before we get into anything. First of all, if you want to find out more about me, you can find me on www.costasenterprise.business.blog. That is my website. You can also find me on Instagram and Twitter at thekiwidon. If you want to, you can email me at doncostas@gmail.com. That's doncostas@gmail.com. So you'll see in my you'll see that in my actual website on my in the description. I have a Redbubble shop. Now I've talked about Redbubble a bit about this before. So what I thought I would do is basically talk about how I basically got screwed, and someone has stolen my designs and is replicating them for a lot cheaper than Redbubble can do, and apparently some of them have sold as well. Now I am in the process of reporting them and all that sort of fun stuff, so yeah, I'll keep you guys informed a bit more about that. Sorry, I got a bit of a cough. It's a bit upset, but effectively what they've done is they've gone into my Redbubble shop, whoever these people are. Their names is bohomix.com, and if you go in there and you actually search Costas Enterprise Designs, which is funny because they've stolen my actual tag from my Redbubble, and so my designs literally pop up. And there's about 4 of my designs. There is another one that's been added as well, and these are my kawaii pocket friends that I decided to make, and these are the animal editions. So they've got one of my panda, or 2 of my pandas, sorry, one of my penguin, and one of my elephant. There is another one there that is not mine, which is actually a really, really nice design. And they've literally taken the Redbubble shop as well, so like the image is the same as well. And so yeah, bohomix.shop.com/Costas-Enterprises-designs, and then you will find all 5 of my designs there, which is a bit of a piss off. And then the same thing is there's another shop as well called noberry, BERY, not BERRY, .com/shop/Costas-Enterprise Design. So I'm assuming it's the same people. And in this one, they've taken the penguin, the elephant, and there's also a hanging panda that I've got as well. It's a bit of a shame that this has happened. That, as I said, they've literally taken the photo of the Redbubble girl and taken that stock image. Literally ripped all of them off as well, including the one with the guy as well. So these are the Redbubble things, and they've got like a whole lot of other ones which I'm assuming have been ripped off by other people as well. It's just a real shame. But the funny thing is, if you go down to the bottom where the product tags are, you can actually see kawaii pocket friends, kawaii pets. So they've added some of their own ones as well, and then at the very end they've got Costas Enterprise Design. So they don't even think, hey, we're stealing off this person, maybe we should take out the tag which identifies them. Nope, definitely not. And the funny thing is, the way that I actually found out about this was, if you watched Ryan Hogue's video a couple of days ago, or sorry, about a week ago now, he talks about Redbubble potentially blocking you from being searched through Google. As much as they say that they don't, there is times when it does happen. And so I was following Ryan's video, and if you do go check out his video, it's really, really important. I think it's, if you do have a shop, it is something that is really, really helpful to see if your Redbubble shop is being stopped. And and so I had a look, and he sort of talked in the video that you can also search. It won't be necessarily every product. It might be only sort of one or two products that is stopped, or it might be, your shop itself will still be discoverable in other parts. So I was like, okay, cool. And then I was like, right, I'll check my Kawaii Pocket Friends. And sure enough, I checked it, and I was like, oh, hang on, that's not my shop. Why have they got the same thing as me? So when I clicked into it, I was like, those look like my designs. And sure enough, when I had a look, I was like, there's about 4 or 5 designs of mine. And I was like, this doesn't seem right. This is not Redbubble. This is a completely different shop, which is the 2 shops that I told you about. So, yeah, I got in touch with Redbubble via Facebook, because that seems to be the only really good way to contact them. And, after waiting almost 24 hours for them to respond, they did respond. With a very, I gave them, so basically, I basically wrote, hi all, my name is Alex, and I have a below shop with you. I want to report that some of my designs have been stolen and are being sold on separate websites. I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed to do. It may only be 5 designs, but still it is sad that I'm trying to build my brand using Redbubble, and they are even trying to use my own shop as a tag to sell my designs. I will attach the following: photos of my shop and the 2 scammer shops. I'll also include my Redbubble website and the 2 external websites. And then I provide my shop details with my shop link, the 2 fake shops. And I said, please let me know if there's anything I can do. If someone can you please tell me what I need to do to report these shops? And they go, Alexander, hi Alexander, we take intellectual property rights seriously at Redbubble and process complaints properly. Here's how to file a takedown notice so our content team can review it. The problem is, they've given me a link, and that's it, which is fine, and I will do that. The problem is that they obviously haven't read my links and seen that it's not actually a Redbubble shop, which I'm asking for the takedown. It's 2 external websites. So I will keep everyone sort of apprised about exactly how this works, because, yeah, I do want to sort of follow it up and see if I can get them taken down, because, it's like, I even though I did create the designs, reasonably quickly, it took a lot to upload them. It took a lot to, do all the things that I wanted to. Like, with the Kawaii Pocket Friends, there's at least sort of 80 designs and 80 images that I had to create to do what I needed to do. And that's it's basically like a slap in the face of someone stealing my stuff and putting it up there. So, yeah, I've just clicked on the link now, and it says, return to Redbubble. It's Redbubble IB publicity rights policy. So I'll go through all this stuff and sort of explain it, but I think it looks like it is literally yeah, it's literally for their own website, which is not how this works. So yeah, I mean, the sad thing is I do have watermark on all of my images, which Redbubble is supposed to help, but for some reason these images themselves have sort of somehow come out, and I'm not exactly sure how, because the red watermark should be actually there and should be clear, and you shouldn't be able to copy it. At least that's the intention of the whole thing anyway. Other than that, what else has been going on with my life? Well, I've got to admit, I've been a bit sick, and still am a little bit sick as well, as you guys know. You heard me cough and all that sort of thing the last couple of weeks. I do still have that cough. It's not COVID. I got tested, as I told you guys. I've had to go in and out of hospital a couple of times for my mother, who has been quite sick, unfortunately. And now I'm at the process where we're sort of looking at everything, and it looks like we might have to put her into a home. So that involves its own sort of, fun procedures. So that is my next sort of big thing. So realistically, because I work for the government at the moment, it is very similar to at the end of sort of Christmas to New Year's, we usually get, almost 2 weeks. We basically get about 10 days off. That's 10 full days, not 10 working days. And that's sort of like your recharge time. It's a time that you're supposed to break. And not everyone in government gets that. Only certain people do. Some people have to go in on the stat days. Other people don't go on the stat days, and they go on the in-between days. But usually you're guaranteed at least a couple of days break anyway. So in this instance, I got the time off until the 5th of January. So 24th until the 5th. 24th is our last day at work. So we always count it as the 24th, even though it's not really the 24th. It's more like the 25th. So unfortunately, because my mother had been in and out of hospital during that time, I pretty much have had no break. And I suspect that's probably why I am as sick as I feel, both emotionally, physically, and mentally exhausted. It's made it a very, very hard start to the year. So, as you can imagine, I have been trying to do with what I can and process everything and get myself all in the right way. And yeah, it's when I saw this sort of thing, it was just like another mounting thing that I was like, oh, that's a real shame. I wasn't looking forward to that. It was another thing that I didn't really want to have to deal with, but yeah. Oh well, it is what it is. But yeah, so that's pretty much what's been going on with Alex. But yeah, I hope everyone else has been doing really, really well. I thought I'd also go over some YouTube stuff with you guys as well. So yeah, I thought I'd go through all those things that I've got going on with my YouTube. Now, at the moment, as I did say, I still have the ambient videos up at the moment. And I thought I'd go through all those sorts of things, like exactly how many hours and stuff. Now, for those that don't know, in order to actually monetize your YouTube, you need to have 4,000 hours listened, and you also need to have 1,000 subscribers. Now, at the moment, I have like 7 subscribers, so really happy about that, because I got a couple more than I got about 3 more just recently with my new video. And currently, as of right now, I'm sitting at 618 hours. Now, bear in mind that one of my videos, my normal videos that I set them up to watch every day under another account, and that is 8 hours every day. So I don't get a full 8 hours. I get about 7.5 hours. They just run in the background, and I've got 4 of those. So, if you do the math, that's the fun things of that. So yeah, really happy with the 618 hours. That's going up. The new video that I did create, though, it is one of those videos where I have watched it 3 times, so I can count the views as 3 minus 3, and 1 for my partner as well, so that's 4. But otherwise, I have natural progression of about 6 or 7 extra views, which is really, really helpful. And it's only a minute long. It's like literally, most people only stay for about 43%. But what's really cool is now I'm getting a bit more engagement. I can click into each video and see, from this video I got 2 extra subscribers. So, and there was a minute video just basically explaining what I do, what I want my channel to be at the moment. One thing I have not yet done, and I need to look into it first, is once I delete the ambient videos, what will happen? Will I lose those hours or that sort of stuff? So that's the next sort of thing that I'm looking at. But yeah, it's really, really cool that this worked. Now, the video I created, you can view it on my website, so if you want to, feel free to head into my description. You'll see my YouTube, or you can search Costas Enterprises, and you'll see my sort of insignia there. So it's quite a cool little thing to have. But yeah, really, really interesting to see everything starting to come together in the way of like things naturally progressing through what I've looked at. As I said, I'm still quite far away from monetizing it, and the plan will be later on to actually, ramp up my videos. Like the next video that I was planning on recording, I actually started recording it the other day, and then my new phone that I just bought crapped out, and basically said, it's too hot, you can't keep filming. I was like, okay, cool. But that didn't help that I'd had like an hour-long video call before that, so that's why it crapped out, I think. But the first video will be slightly longer than 1 minute. Obviously, it will actually be probably more like a 5 to 10 minute video. Um, and even then, that won't be covering absolutely everything I want to cover off. I'll be creating other videos in regards to that video that will hopefully link to that video. And these will all be sort of shorter but longer videos. And what I mean by shorter by longer is, like, it'll be a shorter video. It'll probably be about 5 minutes, but it'll expand on some of the things that I talk about in the. It's not an intro video. It's basically like a, hey, this is a before you begin. I don't want to start creating like hour-long videos and having people like, oh god, I'm so bored, and click off before they get an idea of what my channel is about, but also at the same time before they get an idea of what I'm going to be talking about. So if there's something saying, hey, look, I talk about master CVs, then they can search master CV and see what I'm talking about and go from there. And yeah, so that's the sort of general gist that I'm going to go with the YouTube stuff. Now, of course, as you can imagine, I am very, very busy at the moment doing a whole lot of other stuff, doing the podcast, doing my own personal work, my Redbubble work, my YouTube work now, as well as my, as I said before, like looking at putting mum into a home and all the stuff that has to come with that. It's not a simple process for us, unfortunately. And also my partner is going back to her home country very shortly as well. So I'm going to have to start doing the stuff myself. And of course I've got my study as well. So that is part of the reason why I am both emotionally and physically and mentally drained, because all of this is sort of coming to a head at the moment. Now, even though I say that, one of the things I do want you to remember is, like, take your time. I have still been trying to continue to read books, including one called Opening the Door to Your Heart by Ajahn Brahm. Now, Ajahn Brahm is the creator of the other book that I forgot last week, which I was telling you guys that I would remember. So the author is Ajahn Brahm, B-H-R-A-M. And the book that I was talking about before was Don't Worry, Be Grumpy. And it's basically a collection of 100 stories. Very, very quick, maybe 1 to 2 pages, if that, on Zen Buddhism and stuff. And very funny. He introduces everything quite closely. And this book is a bit more in-depth, but it's still short stories to a degree. This book that I'm reading, the Opening the Door to Your Heart, is all about basically, like, letting go of things and learning to say yes, learning to, basically just deal with everything that you can. So yeah, it's a really, really, really helpful and really enjoyable book. It's light, but it's not light. And what I mean by that is, the themes in it, if you're open to them, the themes are pretty small, but at the same time, when you realize what he's trying to say, it can be quite life-changing as well. And you know what, if it's your first time reading a book like that about the Taoism stuff, about the Buddhism, it is a good entry level, especially the Don't Worry, Be Grumpy. Very, very good entry level into the way of thinking, and also the mindset that you can get into with this. So yeah, I strongly suggest it is basically worth a look. Other than that, that's about it for me. I hope everyone is doing well, and remember always that if you want to contact me, you're more than welcome to. Feel free to pop along to all my things. I gave you the social stuff at the start. But other than that, I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. Over here in Wellington, we've got the long weekend very shortly. So this weekend, we have what we call Wellington Anniversary, which is a regional holiday just for our city. And so we get Monday off, basically, which is great. So I'd like to say I'd be doing like some nice, resting and all that sort of things, but probably not. I will probably be just busy trying to do what I can and being exhausted, basically. But hey, we'll see how everything goes. But until next week, people, remember always, as always, I love you and good luck. Have a great one, people.